Hi, I'm Oscar Fry. This is How to Be Your Own Spiritual Coach, Part 3. Last time we left off saying that it can be beneficial to each one of us to call a meeting with yourself. Stand in front of the mirror and say to yourself, we need to talk. Let's take an example. If you're around 40 years of age, for example, could be 30, could be 50, you stand there, look at yourself in the eye and say, I want a midterm report. At around 40 years of age, I would say, it's an interesting moment in your life to stand still and look at things and ask some questions. Why at 40? Because you might be halfway. At 40, you can still change things. You can change careers, for example, or simply change your weight, which is already often more difficult. If you're over 50, I would say. But then again, at 50, 60, 70, 80, or even older, things can be just as interesting, challenging, and fulfilling. Some older people have really used their time wisely and have gathered a wealth of spiritual knowledge and wisdom, which they can share with younger generations. And if they do so, they carry out a high spiritual task or mission even. Coming back to that self-talk, our inner voice that just never stops commenting things can become annoying to us, leaving us no peace of mind. But you can also try to turn that inner voice around and make it your ally, your partner, your friend. And use that inner communication to set things straight with yourself from time to time. When I had difficult choices to make myself, and I couldn't make up my mind, I went to walk on the beach, to have a serious talk with myself, and it helped me. And perhaps it could work for other people too. The walk for a talk proved to be a technique that worked for me. Driving back home, I had straightened out my thoughts with myself and set my priorities right. Why did I do this? I did it consciously to shake the tree, to question my own ideas, to explain my thoughts, to be critical of my own opinions, and then to respond to my own criticism. And so, in the process, things cleared up. A consensus was reached, and a decision could be made with a commitment to seal it. I transformed confusion into clarity, or so I told myself. But it wasn't always an uphill battle. There were times where things were clear and nothing complicated needed to be treated or reviewed. And as soon as I found I was done talking, I focused on the beach, the sand, the seawater, a seagull, or anything else to break up the discussion. Picture quite an endless beach where you can walk for hours. And I made sure to go there at an hour where there were hardly any people around. Then when embarking upon the beach, I asked myself, how are things going? How are you coming along with your set objectives? Is there anything else you're focusing on right now? Is there any problem that we need to see together? Are you feeling okay with the way things are going? Are there any choices you need to make? These were the typical kind of questions that I would ask myself. But asking these questions wasn't always necessary, because I willingly started talking as soon as I started walking. It was the self-help, self-therapy, self-coaching. I always answered honestly. I was alone with myself, nobody around. I could speak my mind. Sometimes I would answer when asked if I was happy with my efforts. It's okay. I'm doing what I need to do, but I could do more. I could do better. You know me, I'm easily distracted, but I'll try to do more. Next time, I'll do better. The goal of the walk-talk exercise was just to become fully aware of the possibilities that my environment had to offer, and at the same time being conscious of my choices, my decisions, and my efforts. In this manner, I sought to limit eventual regrets that might pop up later if things don't turn out right. The point is that it felt good to talk freely and openly about everything. I got the communication going, flowing. And sometimes I was surprised with that inner dialogue, what it could bring me in terms of new ideas or even solutions. It's like opening the tap, let it flow. And so I started a psycho-spiritual creative process, much like brainstorming. Think about it, if you will, and see if it could work for you. I surely hope so. Wishing you all the best. Talk to you next time. Thank you for your attention.